Yeah, let's start off with Watson, the Pred Watson.
Meh. I'll go meh.
No, you got to put him in.
I don't know.
He's pretty good.
I think he would be pretty good.
Pretty
He got
good?
the rushing upside. He's got the rushing upside.
Deshaun Watson? Are we talking about the same guy?
Yeah, he's got the
No
rushing upside.
way. Dude, he has no upside. He's horrible. I'm only putting him in meh.
I mean,
because
they've good.
he was really good on the
now.
Texans.
Yeah, but he didn't
Yeah,
play
I
for a
would-
whole year.
He's rusty.
Sexual
I mean,
predator.
you'd think after all those massages,
He's
he'd
meh.
be
He's
oil.
meh. I don't think.
He's
No,
pretty
Put
good.
him
He got
pretty good. Put him in pretty
rushing
good.
upside. Last year, he
Put
was
him in
just
pretty
coming
good.
back.
He's
from,
he's
oh,
meh. He's truly a
no,
meh. But
he's
put
not.
him in pretty good.
He's got good weapons, good offensive line. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, or actually no, Kareem Hunt's a free
He
agent.
does not
but
belong in
still,
pretty good. I'm just saying, but
They're
He
a
has to
first
be pretty good.
category.
meh.
Because of
Nah.
his past performance. He's got to
Nah.
be in pretty good.
Nah.
No way.
Yeah.
Jackson,
Yes,
what are you
but-
thinking?
Dude, he's met at best.
That's
this
what I'm saying.
is a dude who last year was so bad. Like, dude, forget how much he got outplayed by Kenny Pickett in that final regular season game. Like this dude is washed
He's
and
not wrong.
the highest paid quarterback. It makes no sense.
Agreed.
I see it, but I don't know. I feel like he has two good weapons to not at least do something.
Yeah, but that's not an argument.
So we have two
Deshaun is
mess for Watson, two pretty goods for Watson.
I like pretty good for Watson.
I
take the
don't.
risk.
I also agree, pretty good for Watson. I don't know how are we gonna do a tiebreaker here.
Put him in Put him in Matt. There's no way he deserves to be in pretty good.
Yeah, just put him in there. Come on.
All right,
Like,
Matt.
there's
Okay,
no way
yeah.
he deserves to be in
We'll
pretty
put
good
him
after
in
last season.
All right, Baker.
I'd rather
In terms of fantasy value, I think I'd rather-
Lego Factory than start him. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm walking through the Lego factory. I'm not starting
Yeah.
Baker. I think we all can agree with that.
Yeah, even in his best season with the Browns, he wasn't even that great of a fantasy.
Yeah,
value.
he was like
Yeah,
that was his rookie season. His rookie season was basically his best season.
Yeah, like if we were to rank his best season on here, I would say he's like fringe pretty good at best, and that's his best season. So nowadays, he's definitely in the very bottom. Let's go to Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is pretty good.
Yeah, I like you.
I would agree. Yeah, I like Jared Goff. I mean, he's got. I mean, if Amon-Ra stays healthy, I think Jared Goff can be top 12 fantasy quarterback. I think that's fair to say.
He's
Sure.
a viable option.
So Jared Goff needs a guy to be not meh.
No. He has
Well,
he's already last year he already proved that he was pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think even without Jared Goff, I
Yeah,
mean, they have a
borderline.
really high-powered offense, especially with Jahmyr Gibbs now there. I mean, he's going to be playing a lot of slot receiver for them. So if Amon-Ra were to miss time, he's going to be able to step up in the slot. So
and won comeback player of the year or some offensive player of the year award because that Lions offense they put up so many points last year, and if their defense improves, they could start seriously winning a lot more games than they should have won last year.
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. If you think about
statistically,
it,
they
Jared
were a
Goff
top 5
actually carried.
offense.
I'll say that Goff is better last year than he was with the Rams, despite not
Absolutely.
having McVay
Yeah.
whispering in his ear where to throw the ball.
So do we agree? Pretty good for him.
Pretty
Yeah.
good's fine.
Yeah, let's go to Russell Wilson.
Meh.
Below average.
Really?
I kinda-
No, you gotta say
I'm
meh.
kind of bored.
You gotta
Like
say meh for
my
Russ.
thing is like with Sean Payton, like you saw he
Yeah, that's what I'm
improved
saying. They
without
got
Nathaniel
Sean Payton.
Hackett last year.
And they
So I
have
think it would
Jerry
be fair
Jeudy.
I think it'd be fair to put him in meh. I mean, he's got good receivers. He seemed to play better without Hackett, and now he's got Sean Payton. So I think that's fine.
Broncos, they got a lot of guys who were injured last year on the offensive line, their wide receiver core. So I think some of those guys returning, and if they stay healthy, will also help Russell Wilson upside. So I think meh because of last season's obvious travesty. But I think he has some decent upside this year. So I think meh would be a fair spot for him.
Yeah, and especially with Javonte coming back as well, I think that should definitely help him out.
Yeah, they don't got the fumble machine anymore.
Isn't Javonte
no more Melvin.
I heard that Javonte's possibly not going to be ready, though, for the opener.
Even if he's
Like-
not ready, I mean, he should be back pretty shortly. So I'm gonna I think meh is fine for Russell Wilson.
Maybe they'll take Philip Lindsay back from the Seattle Sea Dragons.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is
maybe.
available now that they're eliminated.
All right. Well, is Matt okay for?
Philip
Does
Lindsay.
everyone agree with Matt for
Yeah,
Russell,
yeah, yeah.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I'm
All
good.
right. Josh Allen and obviously
Really
superbly
moist.
I don't think that needs much explaining.
Yeah,
Matt Stafford.
below average.
I'd put him in meh. Along with
Below
yeah,
average, or maybe
like-
even Lego Factory.
Yeah, I would agree. I think meh just because of the fact that as long as Cooper Kupp's
What?
there, he has a solidified number one option. So
percent
think
agree.
that
than
Matt is okay.
Watson.
Plus two,
He's
I
better
mean, I
than
don't know what his
Watson.
injury status is, but his injury
I mean, they did draft
Stroud-
Stetson Bennett, did they not?
is better this year.
They did, but I think that's more of an insurance policy in case Stafford goes down again.
Mm. Or Stafford just plays so bad, they just throw him in there because they know they might need a quarterback.
I mean, maybe,
Um,
but if you're going to pay Stafford this much money, you might as well
If you want to
start
put
him as high
Matt,
as you
you
can.
might just do it if you want.
Yeah, but his elbow is still gonna be jacked up.
That's what I'm saying. He's old.
That is a fair point. Actually, now that you mentioned his elbow, I kind of forgot about that. I'm kind of leaning towards below average now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
throw him
might
in
have.
Throw
He
him in
might have
there.
had his swan season. This might be it.
Yeah, so let's put him in below average.
Three starts.
Next we got
Three starts
CJ
and
Stroud.
to the bench.
CJ Stroud.
CJ
That's
Stroud
actually kind of interesting.
for season.
Probably meh. I would say meh.
I don't know. I could see him being below average, to be honest.
I'd put him in
Meh?
below
He's in
with
meh. He's in meh.
Stafford, just
I
because
mean, not.
I have no expectation for the Texans this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's got pretty below average receivers. I mean, I like Mechie and Nathaniel Dell, but they're not going to be a number 1 and 2 receiver for them, like a guy
I
like
like
Brandon
him.
Cooks
Plus,
would be.
Quarterback, they might not even
Well,
have Davis Mills like
What-
first few games or whatever. Whoever their quarterback is, I don't even know if they still have Davis Mills or whatever.
I don't know. I think
they
Casario.
still have him.
I think he seemed pretty sold on Stroud at 2. So I mean, if you're going to take a guy that high and you're that sold on him, I think that he should start right away.
Yeah, I mean that is
what's Stroud's projections for rushing yards?
I mean,
is he gonna run for
Stroud
500 yards?
he's a pocket passer, so I can't imagine it'd be much.
Oh, then in that case, yeah,
Oh, no.
I would say
I actually think he has some
he goes.
deep rushing upside. He like
I mean,
throughout
he,
his college career, he never ran the ball until his senior
I mean,
season.
he has mobility, but he doesn't have rushing upside.
I don't know. I disagree.
Especially
I think,
not in the Texans.
like, look at Justin Fields. No one thought Justin Fields had running upside. Like, he never ran in college, and then he gets to the NFL, starts running, and now he's putting up 40 points.
Oh yeah, but we already knew what kind of athlete that Justin Fields was before he even got I mean, he tested like as a top quarterback athlete in the class. So I mean, with him, you could kind of tell that he had his legs if he really wanted to. But I mean, with Stroud, he tested as a fine athlete, but not anything like special in terms of running.
All right, just put him in.
He's meh.
Yeah, just throw him in meh.
So we got 2 Mez and
He's the
I
second overall pick. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
could go with man. I don't really care.
yeah, let's put him there. All right, Kirk Cousins.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know. Pretty good seems a little bit high. I don't know.
Oh no,
Look,
I
you
think
got
Kirk
Jared Goff is.
I don't think so.
Good,
And we're talking about fantasy as well. Obviously, real life, I don't think he's.
and the Vikings are a decent offense. You got Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They got
They
Jordan
got Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. If you don't put him in pretty good, I don't really.
Yeah,
He's
Jordan
literally
Addison, Jefferson,
Jared. I
Hawkins,
feel like him and Jared Goff are very
his
similar.
nighttime games, but honestly, he's overhated in my opinion. I think the stats are a lot better than people like to acknowledge. So Kirk Cousins, I'd think pretty good is a fair value for him.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Let's put him in pretty good. Next up, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy / Trey Lance.
I don't know if he gonna. Oh, / Trey Lance. I would say meh, because you don't really know who the starter is going to be. But either way, whoever the starter is, they're going to be at least half decent. So
honestly, for fantasy value, I would put them both in below average. Like obviously, Brock Purdy better
fantasy value.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy was pretty good last year. At the end of last season.
I don't know. I think you got so much talent on that team. Like you got guys like Deebo Samuel that can do all these end arounds that like eventually count for rushing yards and a rush play, not a pass play. That it takes away so much that I think compared to some of the guys that will place in meh, I don't think for fantasy Brock Purdy would compete toe to toe with those guys.
Especially if they throw Lance in there and they won't trade him, I think he could even be higher than that. But I think Matt is good.
I think Matt is too low. Here's why. Last year when he took over, all he did was he had the easiest job in the NFL. He turns around, hands the ball off to Christian McCaffrey, or he throws a 9-yard slant to Deebo or Kittle, and they do everything, score touchdowns. So for fantasy purposes, like the guy's going to be a point machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
I think if they Brock Purdy,
so easy.
As a Brock Purdy owner last year,
I don't think Lance is going to make it. I don't think Lance is going to be the starter.
Lance,
I think I think worst case he gets a few handful of starts, but I don't think he's going to win the job.
Yeah, I mean,
Lance is my guy. I hope he wins
if
the
Lance
job.
doesn't get traded, I mean, they seem
for
pretty sold on
fantasy,
Brock
you hope
Purdy.
it's Lance because he's got so much rushing upside.
Darius, I might like reach to the screen and like strangle you if you cut me off one more time. But yeah, as a Brock Purdy, I mean, the 49ers offense is like they're like you could put any quarterback in the league in that offense and they're going to produce just because that's just the way the offense is built. Like the quarterback is more of a game manager, like facilitator, rather than an actual playmaker.
Easy job though. It's
Yeah,
easy.
very easy job.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, like lots of short passes. They have lots of good
Matt's pretty good.
yak receivers.
Whatever.
He's like, put it this way, he ends up pretty good just by default because he
Yeah,
got so much talent.
Yeah,
I agree. I think pretty
I can
good.
see that.
All right, let's go to Mac Jones. Mac Cheese.
Below average.
No
It's
way.
time for the Patriots to get a new
Completely
QB.
agree.
Absolutely below average.
I would never start him on one of my fantasy teams. So I mean,
Honestly,
as far as I'm concerned, he's in the Lego factory.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I'm honestly tempted to put him in Lego Factory because I
Put him
cannot
in below
imagine a
average.
single world where
He's not
I'm
not Lego Factory. Like a guy like Baker Mayfield is Lego Factory. I don't think.
but is Mac Jones
there
that
yet.
much better in terms of fantasy than Mac Jones?
Yeah, Mac Jones is better than a guy who started like 2 games this year. So yeah, absolutely.
I think Matt Jones, honestly, this season might have a surprising breakout year. Now, hear me
Oh
out.
my God.
Hear me out.
Oh,
So they got rid of Matt Patricia, and they're revamping their coordinators a little bit. I honestly think that he's gonna pull like a Daniel Jones, what he did, just emerge out of nowhere, and he's gonna get grossly overpaid. But I actually think Mac Jones might just have there's no evidence, no stats to back it up, but I think he might have a breakout season.
Here's why he won. Name 2 wide
Juju.
receivers on the Patriots.
I don't need to. Jacoby Myers.
Juju and
Okay.
And Juju.
Say no more.
Jacoby Myers.
That's it.
Jacoby Myers is on the Raiders.
So he will not have a breakout season.
Tom Brady never had any wide receivers.
Okay.
For the record,
That's not
Jacoby
fair.
Myers is on the Raiders.
And also, another thing about Mac Jones is they did not do anything in the draft to help him. First 2 picks were defense, so they're not even trying to help Mac Jones at all. So they're just throwing him out to the fire. I would not be surprised if they end up signing a veteran or drafting a new guy in the next few years.
I mean, I think Tyquan Thornton should take a step up from last year, but I mean, he just seems like so underutilized in that offense. I just really can't see him. As much as I liked him coming out of the draft last year, I just can't really see him doing anything this year. I don't know. I think I'm going to go below average.
I'd put him in meh.
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. All right, we'll go below.
I'll never have him.
All right, next up, Vanilla Vic.
Huh?
Vanilla Vic.
Talking about Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones.
Yep.
I like that.
Meh.
Nickname is not. He's Danny Dimes, isn't he?
Vanilla Vic, man. That's
he's
a new nickname.
Danny Dimes. Nobody calls him Vanilla Vic.
That's a pretty popular one.
Yeah, Vanilla Vic.
Yeah, maybe by the 12-year-old Giants fans that you've been hearing.
All right, Danny Dimes is pretty good just because of his rushing ability.
Yeah, definitely. And
I would put him in meh. He's not going to be your,
that's
week starter. He's not going to be like,
Aaron Waller.
You can throw him in there if you get a bye week or something.
I like his upside.
He would be like a starter in like probably like a 14-team league.
I mean, I would be more than fine with Daniel Jones this year. I think that I think Saquon takes a lot of pressure off him. They get Darren Waller in the offseason from the Raiders. They get Wan'Dale Robinson back from last year. They draft Jalen Hyatt to be their main like deep threat receiver. And I think that's going to take that's definitely going to open up guys like Wan'Dale Robinson or maybe even Isaiah Hodgins a lot more in like the slot.
Yeah, but are we doing this based off
I think that
right now or both?
Both. It's this upcoming season, but I think Brian Daboll is a pretty brilliant coach. So he's going to find a way to get everything that he can out of Daniel Jones. And after paying him this big of a contract, they can't see a way that his production goes any drops from last year.
I think he's got to be meh, but chance to be pretty good.
I think he's in pretty good because of the rushing upside and the offense that he's in. All right, we'll put him in pretty good. Next up, Sam Howell.
Below average.
I'm going Lego Factory with Sam Howell. He's
Sam
not proved
Howell-
himself at all.
Sam
He
Howell's
played one
picture,
start.
he looks like he's stepping on a Lego in that picture.
He actually kind of does. He looks like someone just like pointed a gun to his head and said, "Take this photo."
He had one start and didn't do anything special. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of curious as to why they're confident enough to commit to him and not draft any competition for him in the draft.
Because
That, I think was really curious to me. I
Maybe.
mean,
Hey, who
he's
knows? Maybe
good in practice.
maybe Dan Snyder sees something we don't.
I don't think
Here's
Howell. If you compare him coming out of college last year to this year, I don't think he's any better of a prospect than Will Levis, and I don't think Will Levis is ever going to be capable of being a good NFL starter. So, yeah, I really just don't like Sam Howell.
Oh no,
Same.
I kind of like Sam Howell. In the game he played last year, I don't know. I just thought he kind of looked NFL ready. He had
Yeah, but it's the Commanders.
His
You gotta
ceiling is
remember
meh.
yeah,
He's
it's-
below
Yeah.
average.
Yeah, I would agree. I think,
or-
and I just really don't trust the offense in general. Really, who's calling plays for them? I couldn't even tell you. I really just don't trust Rivera in general. I don't think that he's a good coach.
Riverboat Ron.
All right.
So we got two Lego factories. What do you guys think? Darius and Jackson, what do you guys think?
Lego Factory is all right with me. I don't care. I think you should put him below average, though. I don't. Think
You could
Lego
put him.
Factory.
For me personally, I'd put him in meh, but like obviously what he's given so far, I can see why you'd go that way.
Yeah, all right. We'll put him in Lego Factory. Next up we got Jordan Love.
Meh. I would say meh.
That's a little bit.
I'm
I
honest,
think he's actually got potential. I think
I'm
he's got
going-
surprising potential. I'm not gonna lie.
dude. The Packers drafted no wide receiver again.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
even Aaron Rodgers was asked last year with no.
Yeah, I
wide
know, but like something about him, man. I can't explain it. I just think he's meh.
I disagree. I think he's in the same boat for me as Sam Howell. He has very little NFL experience in his 4 years outside of just garbage time. So really, he has no experience that really matters. So
I can also see
to go out there
Wow.
and to say that he's going to be productive when they took no wide receivers. The only wide receiver he does have is Christian Watson. They did draft 2 tight ends, one of which being Luke Musgrave, who I like, but is he really going to be that big of a receiving option for them? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would. Me personally,
Yeah,
I'd put
probably.
those, but
All right, so we got 2 Lego factories. What are you on the top say?
Who was the top? I can't see.
City background and Patrick Bateman.
Oh, I'd say he's meh. Like his ceiling is meh. His floor is below average. So do what you want with that information.
Dude, give me a straight answer. Come on, Pat.
I don't know. It's really tough because I feel like he could be decent, but he could be an absolute dumpster fire. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know. He's probably gonna be worse than Aaron Rodgers was last season. So probably below average.
Below average.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put him in below average. Next up we got Justin Fields. This is
Superly
gonna be
moist,
interesting.
please. They just got DJ Moore. They drafted
Mm.
offensive tackle in the first round. I think you got to put him in super league moist, especially what he did at the end of last season. The rushing ability is absolutely insane. No quarterback has rushed for that amount of yards in that stretch that Justin Fields did.
Rushing alone puts him moist.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what?
Yeah. Just to clarify, this doesn't mean the Bears and Justin Fields are going to be good. It just means he's going to put up a lot of points. Like
Oh,
they're
this
going
is just yeah,
Yeah.
because obviously this is
like
just fantasy.
there was so many times last year in the regular season they'd be losing like 3 to like 40, and then they put up a bunch of garbage time points. Like it's just
That counts.
Get
That
out of him.
counts.
All right, yeah. So we'll put Justin superbly moist. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All
We'll have
right.
to see.
Next up, it's Bryce Young.
I
He's
think you
gonna
got to
be
put him in
meh.
there. He's
Yeah.
gonna be meh. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
think
an
that's
easy
fair.
man.
They
I
just
think-
traded away DJ Moore.
I think he
At
has
least
a
on
little bit
draft day.
bud this year than CJ Stroud, but once again he's a rookie quarterback, and no matter who you are as a rookie quarterback, you're never supposed to perform well. So I think
Yeah.
honestly below average for fantasy value this year is honestly probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with the below average. You look at his wide receivers. Really nothing there. They did draft a receiver. Who did they get? Did they get Mingo? in the second round.
Yeah, they did.
I believe that they got Mingo and they
From
have
Ole Miss.
Laviska Shenault, I believe, and Terrace Marshall. So that's really just not a great
mean,
receiving
he
core.
can-
And their tight end one, I believe, is either Ian Thomas or
All
Tommy
right, we don't
Tremble.
need
So
a
that's
whole
not
deep
great
dive
either.
on the freaking Panthers receivers here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put him
This is the
in
first
below average.
unanimous
So
decision. What?
yeah, below average. And I think
How we
Frank Reich
agreed on
sucks as
that.
a coach too. I'm gonna be honest. People like Frank Reich. I don't know what the hype is behind Frank Reich. He
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Speaking from a Colts fan, obviously,
Yeah,
know.
I've
Actually,
plenty of
also,
experience.
that's kind of surprising that they took him, if that makes sense, because Frank Reich has never played with a short quarterback in his entire coaching career. So I just think it was
Coach
pretty.
is like a boomer. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he likes the tall broomstick quarterbacks like John Elway.
All right, so
Put him in where
what do we think?
wherever.
What do you think in Meh or below
He's
average?
the first overall pick, former Heisman winner.
All right, yeah,
Put
I
him
think
in
it's
Low
yeah.
average.
We'll put
I
him-
don't think he's average. I don't think he's with the rest of the quarterbacks. He's a rookie. It's his first year, below average at best.
All right, we'll just say I don't know. I think
Stroud is
being
a
the first
meh.
being the first
You
overall
gotta
pick,
give
I
him the
think he's
benefit of the doubt. Come on.
Look
yeah, I
at
mean,
Trey.
it's our first overall pick.
Quarterbacks have rookie
But as a
quarterbacks because there's no tape on them. Some of them have like big time luck streaks and they're hot. But
Yeah,
then
that's
the next year they cool off because everybody's got the tape.
Yeah, just look
Yeah, I
at
mean-
Lamar.
Lawrence in their rookie
But
years.
really,
if you
this sophomore year,
they had
Lamar.
average fantasy value, you'd be insane. It's obviously below average. I don't think Bryce Young or CJ Stroud are any different.
Well, I don't think you
Yeah,
can group him in with Sam Howell and
That's that is true. I think he's got to go in
come on,
Meh just
give
because
him a little credit.
if Howell's not Lego Factory, then Bryce Young's got to be Meh. If Howell's not
Yeah,
Lego
but
Factory,
But you've seen how in a game he at least showed what he can do at the NFL level, which gives you a little more confidence in him than
wait.
he figured
Wait.
out the system during
Wait,
the mid.
so are you implying that Sam Howell is more NFL ready as of right now than Bryce Young?
I'm imploring he has better fantasy upside this season.
I disagree.
I also disagree. I think he goes in there.
Wait, what is the argument?
Well, I said
That,
with better
Bryce Young
fantasy.
goes in Matt. 100%. Yeah, put him in there.
Bryce
yeah,
Young.
okay. So that's a tiebreaker.
Right?
Yeah,
Who do you take? Okay, it's your pick in the draft. There's 2 quarterbacks left. You get 1 quarterback the whole season. You want Young or do you want Howell?
Honestly, I'll take Howell.
Young.
And
oh
you will
my
lose.
God.
He's way too unpredictable. At least with Bryce Young, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting like one of the
Wow, that
greatest college
that was a hot
Alabama
take.
quarterbacks. So I mean, I'm going
I'm not
Young
saying he's
all
a
day.
bad pick for year 2, but for year 1, I generally don't trust it.
I agree with that, but I still think he's better than Howell.
I agree.
Like, sure,
Yeah,
Howell has
outright.
more.
Howell.
Howell
Come
Yeah,
on now.
outright.
Come on.
sure, Howell has
First
more
overall pick,
experience,
Heisman,
but
former Heisman, whatever.
Howell knows
Yeah,
something.
Like, come on.
To be more familiar with play calling, ability to he has connections and chemistry with his guys that he's been practicing with the offseason. He has upside for at least the first 8 games over CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. I think we can all agree on the first 8 games you can give him that. So
I didn't even think that,
then
to be honest.
beyond that.
I think that Bryce Young's talent alone just ranks him above Howell. I mean, it's not even like he has much NFL experience at all. He has like 1 game. So I mean, I think you got to take the talent of Bryce Young over the little experience that Sam Howell has.
Agreed.
All right, let's get on with it. Derek
All right,
Carr,
let's
Matt.
put I think Bryce goes in there. Let's go to
Yeah,
Derek
Matt.
Carr.
Matt, I think that should be unanimous.
Actually, for this
Uh,
season, he's been put in a position. I'd actually put him above average.
Oh my God. Jackson, you do
I'm
this
not-
every year. White knighting for
Above
Derek Carr,
average?
and it's never
we
worked.
don't have that category.
I think
it's
he-
pretty good. I guess it's like above average. I guess it's like kind of the same thing.
I think
Okay.
Derek Carr,
You know what?
you think he's pretty good, but he's not. He's meh.
Okay.
He
No, I think
always
so.
puts up-
Okay, so
he
Derek
puts up
Carr
good
is
stats,
meh.
never gets credit. Like if you go back, like last season, I'll pull up the receipts as soon as I can. He had bad stats last season. I think he finished like top 5 in at least the AFC. Honestly, with stats. Let me pull up what he did.
All right, so for fantasy purposes, I consider him a meh talent, but I think he can squeeze into the pretty good just
Yeah,
by
22.
his
He had
weapons.
60.8% completion, 3,522 yards, and 24 touchdowns, 86.3 passer rating. I mean, he had 14 interceptions, but that's
We'll
minus.
just get to where he ranks in terms of fantasy, because all those I don't care about all those other stats.
Okay, well the thing is,
Look up stats, honestly, I want to.
okay, well the thing is here, and you made this argument in the last episode that when you have to look up stats for your guy, when we haven't been going off stats at all, that just like shows that there's like a clear like lack of agreement with
I
Yeah,
can
how you value him.
100%.
But
he
fantasy,
was
you
outside
get
of the top
fantasy
10,
points
no doubt.
from putting up stats. So if you want to know if a guy puts up stats or not, you look at what he's done in the past to make a educated guess about what he's going to do this season. And I think Derek Carr is above average for what last season was, and honestly, not being on the Raiders anymore, I think he'll perform better on the Saints than he did in Las Vegas. So for that reason, I would put him above average. For
I
this
mean,
season.
dude, he had Devontae Adams, and he still had some painfully bad games.
The wide receiver doesn't quarterback.
I think he goes in there. To be honest,
He
I
goes
don't
in
think.
that.
I think his receivers with if he's not going to work out with Devontae,
If he's not going to do
Renfro,
good
and
with
Waller,
Devontae with his wide receiver as his wide receiver one, then
Renfro didn't even
yeah,
play, injured for the whole season.
I
So-
mean,
Joe
I
Vaughn
mean,
had issues too.
wait, who do you say was injured for the whole year?
Darren Waller, he was pretty much injured for the whole
Yeah, but
year.
it doesn't matter. They had Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. I mean,
Don't forget
I mean,
about
still,
Hunter.
I'm taking
Hunter Renfro.
Yeah, I'm taking Devontae and Renfro over Michael Thomas, who's probably going to be injured the whole year anyways. And I mean, as much as I like Chris Olave, I mean, there's no argument there that Devontae is a far better receiver than Chris Olave.
Well, isn't Olave's game suitable for Carr though? In his defense,
Yeah, to be fair, we're not making the argument who's
I
going to put
mean,
up 50 points between Olave or Devontae Adams. It's between Derek Carr and the rest of the NFL. And I think when you compare Derek Carr to the other guys with the stats he's put up previously and what he has this season with guys fitting in and a new system in New Orleans, which I think far exceeds what he had in Las Vegas, I honestly think he will perform better than average this season compared to the rest of the quarterback pool.
he's got to go
I
in there.
mean, I guess you can go in like a low end pretty good. Because, I mean, we have guys like.
I mean, he's default meh, but he's got pretty good upside.
Yeah, I mean, we've got guys
Right.
like, I don't know.
He'll never be moist.
Deshaun
though.
Watson.
He
Throw
will
him in
never
there,
be
whatever.
moist.
Sure, he will not be moist.
Yeah, he's not going to be
Yeah,
moist.
he will never ever.
All right, next up, who is that? Oh, that's
Desmond
it's
Ridder.
Colt McCoy. Oh wait, yeah, it is Desmond Ridder.
Ridder's
Sorry,
terrible. Factory.
I think,
my screen is
no.
blurry.
I think he's meh with a chance to be pretty good just based off of his weapons. I mean, they did not use Kyle Pitts at all last season. And Marcus
But they're
Mariota.
not
going to use
They're
him this
playing like
season
quarterback
either.
roulette.
They're not going to use him this. They
now
just
that
drafted
they
Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan is the offense now.
Yeah,
Ritter is lucky that he's not going
Yeah,
to be
but
working.
if anything, that should help him out. I think he's meh.
He's not mad. If we have guys like
Ridder and
like
all the
Deshaun Watson and Matt, do you really think that Desmond Ritter is at a similar
So
level
then
to
put him all the
Deshaun
way at
Watson?
the low. Put him
Here's
all
the
the way
thing.
at the
He
low.
also played in
I
that.
like him. I like him in below.
Terrible. They all had terrible
All right,
defenses.
put him in below then. But I think that he has a chance to be in meh. I truly believe he should be in meh.
Completely disagree. I think he's in Legos, no question.
I think I'm gonna have to. He's in the Lego Factory for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Honestly, as long as he dumps
Just put him
off
in
to
below.
Bijan, if he keeps dumping it off to Bijan on checkdowns, he can make his way up. Are we going to do Colt McCoy because Kyler Murray's not on the list? Let's do Colt, and then we'll transition into Kyler.
All right, cool. Legos.
Colt McCoy Lego.
Yeah, Colt Legos.
Lego.
Kyler.
right.
Kyler could either be
Kyler's
I think
pretty
pretty
good,
good or
I think.
superbly moist, depending
I'd
on how he's
rather-
feeling.
To be honest,
I
I'd rather
think
have
Kyler's pretty
AJ
good.
McCarron than Colt McCoy.
I would, yes. I would rather have Trace McSorley
I
than
actually
Colt McCoy.
Kyler Murray this season without Cliff Kingsbury and that air raid offense, I actually think he's gonna do better than.
I agree, 100%. That
He
offense,
can't
that
do worse.
Yeah, I don't think
play
he's gonna
calling was horrendous.
I mean,
Like,
Kyler's-
oh my god.
been above average at least.
Yeah, Kyler's. Well,
And
I
they
think
drafted
Kyler's
Paris
going to be
Johnson.
moist. Kyler's going to be moist.
Yeah, I agree. Kyler is superbly moist.
Yeah,
Really?
but off of last year, you got to put.
Because, I mean, it seems like
He
He's
could
low
be.
end.
He could
He's
very
low
well
end
be.
superbly moist, but he's up there.
I don't know.
Well, because
Not
it
yet.
seems like Hopkins
I
is
gotta
staying.
see some. I gotta see some game from him.
You do not want Kyler below. You're not going to take Goff or Cousins
Yeah,
or
no.
Brock above him. There's no
Definitely
way.
not. He's got to be low and superbly moist.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
Hopkins, it
obviously.
seems like he's staying, and he still got. I mean, Marquise Brown and Hopkins. That's a superbly moist receiver duo right there. So
Yeah, don't forget
All right,
about
throw him
that.
in there. Throw him in.
yeah,
Throw him
so
moist.
superbly moist for
I
Kyler.
think Christian Kirk is honestly a better value.
But I think he should be lower than Fields.
All right. Next up, Aaron Rodgers. I'm going superbly moist for
I'm going
A-Rod.
moist as well.
Yeah,
Just
he's on a mission.
because-
He's going to be on a mission. He's going to be moist.
What? No way. You're all smoking crack just like Aaron Rodgers because he's.
I think you're smoking
Nah,
crack,
because
Mr.
I mean,
Derek
you gotta
Carson
look
over
at dude. You gotta look at the just the weapons he has now. I mean, he has Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, all those guys there. So
Dude,
I mean, all he had last year was
for
Christian
every
Watson.
single year. Last year he had what you just mentioned: Christian Watson, Alan Lazard. He had.
Well, now that Alan Lazard's on the Jets, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah, but he sucks. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he
Okay, but
knows
they
them. He's
basically
gonna
all
coach
his guy
up
that
all
he
those other
wanted transferred
guys
over.
that he's been playing with
Hey,
for
and
years.
don't
Rodgers-
forget,
Aaron Rodgers- 40 years old. He's no Tom Brady. I think Father Time is catching up with him a lot quicker than it did the GOAT. So I think that
And they
actually
still have Elijah Moore.
be pretty
Am I
mad this-
right about
no, they
that?
don't have Elijah Moore. I disagree
don't.
with
He's on
your Aaron
Cleveland.
Rodgers take.
Elijah Moore's on the Browns.
The
Hey,
Jets
what's
actually
the
have
Browns?
a really underrated offensive line. Their tight end group is like
But their
it's
top
like
line, like, I bet is
serviceable,
all-
I guess.
They didn't get their tackle that they wanted to. They wanted to get Broderick Jones. That didn't happen.
Yeah,
So
but he's
like-
more of a he's not more of a like a he is in need, but he's more of an insurance policy in case Mekhi Becton goes down again. But I think they're still fine.
doesn't.
I think their receivers are pretty good. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Corey Davis, Mecole Hardman, Alan Lazard.
Oh, no. Aaron Rodgers, if you pick him in a draft for fantasy value, I think that's a boomer pick, and I'm trying to stay away from that, obviously. So I just think Aaron Rodgers is met in my books.
I don't think I'm gonna pick him early either.
I mean, if
but
he won in the
that's not
first,
to say I don't
Aaron
think he
Rodgers-
can do really good.
He would be my last super moist pick.
I would
Okay,
I
but
would agree with that.
Jackson, you got to remember he's only 1 year removed from back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, but it's also
With
really
scrubs.
quickly- It's really
Yeah,
quick to
like,
deteriorate in the NFL, especially at the quarterback position. I think Aaron Rodgers is headed on
At the
a
quarterback
downward
position, they
trajectory.
deteriorate pretty fast
Oh,
now.
Brett Favre
That's
splits them.
something that I was not expecting to hear.
Did we discuss how old he is? He's what, 36?
37.
Wait,
Dang.
who?
Aaron Rodgers. He's
He's
36,
39.
right?
We looked this up today. He's 39.
He's 39?
Yeah.
39.
Yeah. I mean, either way, he's the top of pretty
Put him in
good,
just-
or he's
put
the
him just
lowest
in
of
top tier, pretty
super
good.
moist.
Because I think we're going to be too generous coming up
I think
with
he's
some
met.
people.
And
We're going to
that's-
be too generous with putting them in
at
moist.
top tier. I think only 3 or 4 guys should be there, and Aaron Rodgers is definitely not one of them.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I would
Put them
my
top tier.
argument
pretty
for
good.
like top pretty good is I think
Yeah.
top of
I like that.
this could be Lego. This next one could be either Lego or superbly moist. We got Lamar Jackson.
Are you
Let's just
stupid?
put him in med.
Yeah.
It's obviously, I think it's
Well,
really
realistic-
nice.
Lamar
Just
could
Okay.
be.
because when he plays.
For fantasy, he just has to be moist because
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
obvious. Like when he
Yeah.
plays,
it's not his. It's
like,
look, he's moist because of what he's capable of,
Yeah.
but
yeah, he was the
he
number one
just doesn't
quarterback
do
last
it
year before
half
he
the
got
time. He
hurt.
doesn't do it.
Well, yeah, because half the time he's not on the field. He has to run to the locker room to take halftime dumps.
Well,
I mean,
the Ravens
They
finally
signed Odell Beckham
weapons
Jr.
for
and
him.
they
I mean, I
drafted
know
Zay
that
Flowers in the first
high on Zay
round.
Flowers, but yeah, he is still a target and a weapon. But only time will tell how useful he actually will be.
Yeah, I mean, one of these times that Lamar's running in the locker room, he might just like let the floodgates let the floodgates open. I mean, they're gonna have to pull out the Paul Pierce wheelchair. He's gonna take some notes.
Have a little brown stain on his pants.
No, the Ravens jersey is already a brown stain, and
For-
He's
uh,
mad. Come on,
Fantasy
guys.
value, I'd honestly say med to below average. I think med is the highest you can go, no question.
I think Matt
realistic-
is.
below average is fair. I think below average.
I'd put him below average, but who knows?
I'd throw him
Maybe
in Matt.
breakout season. He really he's learning a lot. We did see a lot of improvement from him playing in those last few games. Like down the stretch, they were winning games, but it wasn't like he was like really showing off his arm.
Well, I mean,
being
it was mainly because they were running the ball. I mean,
so I think good for the Steelers, but for fantasy value, I'd say below average.
I agree. Below average.
Who we doing?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, superbly moist, 100%.
I'd say pretty
Yeah.
good. I don't
Hey,
think he's top tier, but I think pretty good. He's got good weapons. Obviously, you got Calvin Ridley coming to the Jaguars.
Wait. So he's not superbly moist with Calvin Ridley.
Oh,
Yes, this is his moist
What?
break.
Christian Kirk,
year.
Calvin Ridley.
23.
Like, what? That duo right there is
23
like.
is Trevor Lawrence.
I will tell you who's superbly moist in my
And
eyes.
Evan Ingram had a
Mahomes.
surprising good year this year.
In my eyes, here's superbly moist. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts,
And ETN, they got.
Fields, end of the list. Those three guys go in
Or Josh
superbly.
Allen?
Everybody else, Josh Allen goes in pretty good for me. Last year, really just kind of
What?
the wrong way. I think that he
Okay, because maybe in real life, but this is fantasy.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that if you don't put up the stats that are enough to get you points, then you're going to go in pretty good. If
But the only thing that was wrong with Josh Allen is that he was throwing interceptions. Too many interceptions.
So
I don't
here's
care.
the thing.
Look at
So-
Jameis Winston. He had threw 30 interceptions and was the top 10 fantasy quarterback that year.
Here's the tiebreaker. So do you take Trevor Lawrence or Aaron Rodgers?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Trevor Lawrence.
Is that a question for
Me
anyone?
too. Yeah, so it's
Yeah, okay.
unanimous. We'd all take Trevor Lawrence over Aaron Rodgers, and we were debating if Rodgers was moist or not.
Yeah, so
All
I
right,
mean,
so
yeah,
bump down Aaron Rodgers then.
gotta
so
go in
pretty
moist.
good. Tannehill, can we all agree? Lego Factory.
For
Tannehill. Yeah.
Lego Factory for Tannehill.
Or no, okay. If Kenny Pickett,
Don't be that mean. Don't be that mean to Tannehill.
No, I actually
He's not
think
going to be the
total
starter.
for Lego Factory is a fair assessment. They have no
He's
wide
not going to be the starter.
Who's going to be the starter?
Either Malik or Will Levis, who they traded
Malik
up for
completely
early
out of-
second round.
Malik,
Yeah,
it's not going to be Malik. He sucks.
roll up Malik Willis.
Then it's going to be Levis.
Are they
Let's be
not?
honest.
Is they going to take their time with?
They were
Levis?
already talking about moving him at the deadline last year.
Ryan Tannehill is even a Lego to the Titans if they're taking two quarterbacks and top 3 round picks back-to-back years to find his replacement. That's how bad he is. They're spending capital looking for
That's a
a
good
replacement.
point.
Well,
Fair
no,
point.
I think he's Lego just based on that.
he's not like Ryan Tannehill's bad, but like part of that is the Titans just general incompetence with player evaluation.
What team is he going to play for next season?
Oh, he's gonna play for no team, but I don't think he's as bad fantasy wise.
But as the value stands now, he plays for the Titans. Therefore,
All right, just throw
Lego.
him in Lego. He deserves to be
Yeah.
Lego.
he's
All
Derrick
right.
there. I mean, I don't think he can be that terrible. I mean,
He deserves to be in Lego.
we'll put him in Lego. We'll put him in Lego. I think that's fair.
Tannehill's fallen off a cliff, man. He was viable like 3 years ago.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he
earned
that
Stuff.
He
He's-
fell off.
hurt all the time. He's looking slow. The Tennessee Titans offensive line too, went from really good to really shit.
It's
really bad.
absolutely. They just got a ton of big hits at once. Once Taylor Lewan went
Yeah,
down,
it
it was
was
all over.
Perfect.
It was a wrap. All right. Let's go to Justin Herbert.
Pretty good.
Moist.
That's pretty easy, pretty good for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Receivers. I don't think he's a top 3, not top 5 even. So I don't think Moist is a good fit. But I mean, pretty good. I love Justin Herbert as a
And
quarterback.
he's gotta be number
Yeah,
one, like Trevor Lawrence.
For now, I mean, that could change
I
6
think-
weeks
I
into the
think
season.
Herbert is in the top.
yeah,
Pretty
it
good.
could, but
The fact that of how many touchdowns Austin Eckler vultures, I think it's got to be. He's got to be a top of pretty good.
The question of whether Justin Herbert belongs in pretty good is just where does he stack in pretty good compared to everybody else who's in there.
I think he's at the very top. I think he just.
yeah, he's at the very top.
I agree. Very top of pretty good. I agree.
Let's go to Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah.
Did we put
I think below
Jared-
average.
pretty good? Was that the consensus?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
Jared Goff. Yeah, I think
think-
Jimmy G is gonna be below
I think
average.
Definition of meh.
I think he's below average because he's
I-
been playing with
I-
Shanahan in the sport. He's a purely Shanahan system QB. We're gonna see when he goes to a new team. He's just gonna be either Lego or below average. I think.
I think he's meh.
I think he's worse than Matt.
He could be. He very well could be, but I think he's below average.
Is
I'm
he
being
supposed to be available week 1?
Yeah.
honest. coming off an injury too. I mean, he's 30 years old. Only played in 49ers.
I don't know. I
Really,
think
I
he's
mean, he played only like 2 years
That's-
with the Patriots or whatnot.
he's got some good receivers. He's got Devontae Renfro. He's got Michael Mayer, tight end, second round.
Yeah, but
I think he's
I
a
don't
man.
know. I think, yeah, throw him
What
in
do
there.
we? Is
I
Sam
think
Howell?
Josh Daniel is a horrible head coach, and I have no idea how he got rehired after his terrible stint with the Broncos back in
that
the
is
2000s, like 2010s. So I think that whole Raiders offense is just mismanaged to hell.
what is the consensus? Below average?
Man, just throw him in there.
Low average for me. That is my vote, 100%.
I actually did go
I
for
forgot
below
how-
average, but you guys were saying that, so I just wanted to make it easier. But
Um,
if everybody's saying below average, then below average.
all right.
I like him in meh, but I'll go with below average. I don't hate it.
All right. Next up, we got Dak. I think he's pretty
Pretty good.
I think he's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually,
pretty good.
I hate the Cowboys, but he has good fantasy value. I mean, I remember his stint in 2020 before he had that gruesome leg injury, and he was lighting it up, like putting up MVP numbers. You know, if he has a good season this year, then he could potentially be reaching moist category. But as it stands right now, I think pretty good's a fair spot.
Mr. CTE. I mean,
Tua, pretty good. You gotta put him in pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with
Just
that.
because the receiver talent.
Yeah.
as long as Tyreek and
Tyreek and
Waddle.
Jalen Waddle are the reason for that 100%.
yeah, all right.
That's
Two.
until Skyler comes in.
Okay.
He's so garbage. All right. Next up, we got Jalen Hurts. I think we can all agree this is.
I think we can put him in number 1 for superbly moist.
I don't know about
Agreed.
one, but
I'd put Mahomes
I'll
in
put him in 1.
too. That's my consensus.
I'll take
Let's just
Jalen
just
because of the
put
rushing.
Mahomes up there while we're at it. And put the top.
I mean, these
3 up
last
there.
4 should be consensus, to be honest.
let's Gardner Minshew.
I
Possibly,
thought,
possibly
Place for me.
which one?
Minshew mania.
Lego.
Lego for
Oh.
Minshew. I
Oh,
don't
come
know.
on, give him a little credit. He won that game with the Eagles.
He looked pretty good with the
Eagles.
like.
He's
He's he's not gonna win you anything, but he's good.
Minshew gets a moist for me just because of the wardrobe, mustache.
And also, Minshew is not going to start a game.
His wardrobe is moist. Honestly, I'd love to see Minshew in an XFL uniform.
Oh, we know.
He literally would fit right in.
Yeah, he'd go moist in the XFL
I'm
USA.
going Lego.
I'd like to
simply
see him start
because
for the San Antonio
He's not going to start a
Brahmas.
game.
I think he's in meh. I think
He
he's
should
in,
go to the Pittsburgh Maulers. They're in desperate need of a quarterback.
Oh yeah,
I
that'd be perfect.
was a meh.
Actually,
back. What's the consensus?
meh.
I'm
Below
going
average.
Lego because he's not going to start a game.
Below average.
Below average for me.
All right, below average is fair.
If we do AR-15, it's pretty simple. He's in Legos.
We're doing Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
And we're doing Kyler
Gonna-
Murray. I
I think Anthony
Because-
Richardson is in Lego Factory until he can prove that he's not going to
Lego,
play like Justin
wow.
Fields.
Yes,
His
Legos.
rushing
Pure-
upside alone should put him in
Lego.
below
my
average. I
God.
think.
He was terrible at decision making in college. There's no way he suddenly becomes good at it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take a year.
I know, but
maybe even 2
really
years.
disagree. His
behind a
rushing upside
quarterback.
alone puts him in below average. Come on.
He's
If
going
we're
to be
putting
best
Baker
case.
Mayfield, if we're
best
putting Baker
case.
Mayfield in Lego Factory, we're not putting AR-15
I
and Baker
agree with
Mayfield
that.
in the same category.
Because he's got to be at his floor is below average, but like his ceiling is actually, I think he could be pretty good if he's.
That's
so
what I'm
pretend
saying.
this guy
But-
is like Jalen Hurts year
You
one,
guys
Not?
first 6 games.
just don't. You guys, this is fantasy we're talking about here, not real life.
Right, I'm talking for fantasy purposes.
Exactly.
The dude is Jalen Hurts. He's like Jalen Hurts without a brain.
Bro's a mindless running machine. He's gonna do what he wants.
Yeah.
He's like
We're
the
still
he's like
doing
the
Colt
juggernaut
McCoy.
from X-Men. He's just like all he knows how to do is like run and like truck people. All right, Joe Burrow, superbly moist. I think
Yeah,
He's
100%.
Yeah, I'd say moist.
we already got him superbly moist. Geno Smith.
Wait,
Actually-
boys, did you do Patrick Mahomes?
With okay, I'm gonna say this. With actually, I think
Yeah, we auto put him up at
who
the
just
top.
but I'm actually gonna
Oh,
go
okay.
pretty good just because of the talent he has surrounding
I'm
him.
gonna go pretty good. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's low pretty good. He's not high up there. He's probably the lowest of anyone on pretty good. But still pretty
Well,
good.
I mean,
Geno?
their
Gino's
receivers
the
are
lowest
actually
on pretty
kind of
good?
insane, to be
I think
honest.
so.
I don't think he's the lowest.
No,
I
he's
think-
I
got.
don't think so.
I don't
They
know.
got
He
JSN, DK
who else is
Metcalf,
on?
Tyler Lockett. Definitely not.
he figured something out in 22. So I mean, maybe he just did it to get paid. But
Who's the consent? Who do you guys think? Because I don't see who's on where, but who's the lowest on pretty good at the moment in your guys' opinion?
I
Uh,
can't see
Brock-
it. I just have
Brock.
the picture.
Honestly,
of the guys,
probably-
I think.
Flash Trey Lance.
Brock Purdy.
Bradbury, yeah.
Brock Purdy went
Yeah.
to pretty good.
It's just because of the system.
It's just because, the system and
All
it's
right, then, yeah,
fantasy.
okay.
Obviously, real life.
Information, then yeah, I wouldn't say Geno Smith is the lowest on pretty good. Then
I
that goes
think
Brock Purdy.
Is he above Derek Carr?
he's above Derek Carr. Yeah,
I actually would
Yeah.
agree to of Derek Carr.
I think he's above Derek Carr, but I don't think he's above Jared Goff. I think that he's right
He's
below.
not above Jared Goff. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Jared Goff was like
No. Yeah, that's fair. Jared, no, I definitely put Jared Goff above Derek, or not Derek Carr. Well, obviously I put him above Derek Carr, but I definitely put Jared Goff over Geno
Nah,
Smith.
because especially now, if Amon-Ra gets hurt, the thing's gonna fall apart. Gino's got DK, Tyler Lockett, and JSN. There's
Oh
just
no,
like
Jared
no way.
looked good
Yeah,
last
I
season.
mean,
I think he
look,
can make
Goff,
the most he has on that offense.
I know Goff is a little alpha dependent, whereas Geno was playing with a bunch of other than DK, and I know Lockett's just dust, but whatever.
And
even if
and now they
Amon,
just added
He's
wide
almost
receivers,
dust.
so.
He's approaching dust.
yeah, like I mean, even if Amon-Ra gets hurt, like they kind of just like let Jared loose. They kind of just like let him do whatever he wants. So I mean, I don't know. I don't
They
know.
just kind of throw out Josh Reynolds and all those other guys.
Chark is
Well,
already.
Isn't Jameson Williams is suspended, right, for the whole
Yeah,
year?
for
Yeah,
like
No,
for at least
for 4
six games.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Oh,
So he's
okay,
gonna be
then.
back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably take. I don't know. Honestly, just because of the way he played last year, I'd probably take Geno over Goff in a draft.
Agreed.
I think that's fair. I mean, especially with JSN now in the Seahawks. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think I'd slightly take Geno. Like I don't think he's a better quarterback, but just because his receivers are so insane, I think you kind of just have to take him a little bit over him.
for fantasy value, I like Goff. I mean, he just put up 40 points in a lot of games last season, so that's a pretty good upside.
Yeah, I mean,
You have Geno, who
but he
I mean,
also had some horrendous games too, and Gino
Yeah,
I think was a lot more steady.
very boomer bust with him, but maybe that's a
And
risk.
trust me, I would know all about that because I went through it.
yeah, I mean JSN is basically just like
Until
Amon-Ra.
Justin Fields rescued you.
Yeah, Justin Fields really saved me.
from the waiver.
Still
wire.
didn't get you in the playoffs though.
starting wide receiver for
Sadly,
it.
but I mean, I wasn't gonna do anything
Harry.
last anyway.
Alec Pierce. I
Wait,
wouldn't be
what?
surprised if you had Valus Jones and N'Keal Harry as the wide receiver. He has your 1 and 2 punch there, receiver. That's how trash your team was.
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah, you. Your team was garbage.
Don't forget about Michael Pittman.
Yeah, Michael,
I haven't this
I like-
entire time I've just been looking at the picture. I wasn't even looking at any of your guys' screens.
Well, yeah, because you can't.
Good.
look
We
at
didn't
it.
want you looking at us.
All right, well, that's all the players we got.
That's a wrap.